What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Heated Shenanigans Podcast, the only podcast bringing you the heat each and every single week. And for those of you not watching on YouTube, I am joined by the legend herself, one-third of GAW TV, WWE former superstar, and Impact Wrestling former superstar, the lovely and talented Victoria Lisa Marie Varon.
Or Tara, or whatever you want to call me. Yeah, because everybody, like every time I do an appearance, they ask me, what do I call you? And I'm like, whatever you're comfortable, because I answer to them all. You know, so like it's just a habit. I wouldn't even know if you called me Lisa or anything like that. It's just a habit to respond to all those names. You know what I mean? Jelly bean.
Jelly bean.
Cheers, you guys. Right. Cheers.
Yes, cheers, everybody. I have my water, and Victoria does not have water.
I do not. I do not. And yeah, I told you, like, you guys, I did a favor for Scotty because we did an appearance in Indiana and was so kind. They just showed me the whole town, and the family was great. His friends were great. And I normally do not do podcast or anything after 5 p.m. California time. And you got off work at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go, no, I'll make it work. I'll make it work. So I have my robe on, but I did my face for you, Scott. I did my face.
I appreciate it. I truly do. No. Well, let's talk about some GAW TV. I know there might be some people out there that still don't know, and if they don't, shame on them. Let's get them up to speed here. GAW TV is something that you, SoCal Val, and Mickie James have been hosting for 3 years now, correct?
Almost 3 years, yeah. Isn't that crazy? Mickie James wanted to do it with Alicia Fox originally, but Alicia Fox doesn't want the limelight anymore. You know, she's happy being at home and, you know, just living a normal life. And I don't know how normal we can be, but and she reached out to SoCal Val. They were like, we should have a third one, right? And they both thought of my name. And 2 minutes, they called me, and I was like, I'm in. Are you kidding me? It was during the pandemic, and like, what are we going to do? We're just going to chit-chat on the Zoom. It was a pajama show, drinking wine, shooting the shit. Can I cuss?
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Shooting the shit and just talking about what we're doing and that kind of stuff. We're having a great time. A lot of guests, I was telling you this in Indiana when I was at your booth, that friends are reaching out to us. Why haven't you had me on the show? I'm insulted, but we don't, you know, having a podcast and then asking people, you kind of feel like you're like inconveniencing the person. But when they see how much fun, you know, when you're having, and it's when it's a comfortable environment, like I was telling you, it's comfortable. There's no clickbait on our show, that kind of stuff. It's fun. It's like, you know, let's just hang out, you know.
Have a good time, drink some wine.
And it is, yep, and drinking wine. And it's you can subscribe to us at youtube.com/GawTV show. So with SoCal Val and Mickie James and myself.
You guys definitely need to check that out. We also have a link to the channel in the description of this video, so it's easy for you guys to check it out and find GAW TV.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming up. Scotty, like this pandemic, I don't want to, you know, sound terrible, but it opened a lot of avenues for revenue, for being home and making money. You know, traveling, you know, is exhausting, and doing the Comic Cons and stuff like that. You're standing on your feet. You're having to be on and having to deal with certain people and that kind of stuff. And just, you never know what shows are going to be all about. But, you know, I started an OnlyFans, which is PG. Keep it clean, you guys. Keep it clean. It's PG. I do exclusive photos for that. I just did a Christmas one. God, it's so hard taking photo shoots of yourself and trying to look sexy. It's not the same environment as in WWE or TNA where we had music in the background and you can kind of like just be kind of nuts. You're in your home with a backdrop hanging up and trying to look sexy and having that little clicker in your hand. But that, and I joined. You're lucky you actually made the cut I joined Podstars with a Z.net. So, because I get a lot of podcasting emails. I mean, it's like it's 8 a day, which it's very flattering. I can't do every single podcast. This takes 2 hours to do. So it's like doing the guest appearance and being on and on and on. I coffee up for it and just, it's your day. You're like still focused. Like even though it was 5 p.m. my time, the whole day, like 11 o'clock, I go, I have a podcast at 5. I have a podcast at 5. So, you're still like your mindset is in that. But it opened like OnlyFans, opened all these YouTube podcasts, Cameo shout outs. So it's, I started a live auction. It's on Whatnot. If you guys download Whatnot, it's an app, and follow me at Release Marie. I'm at basically a convention here in my home. I'll just hold up an item. Okay, I got these top loaders for my sports cards. Like I'll hold up. Okay, hey guys, I have this right here, and I sign like, hey, hey Kurt, how do you want me to sign this? I just want your autograph on there, or make it personalize it. And I'm getting a lot of regulars because it's my 4th time I've done it. But I made such close friends on there, which is my. I told you it's a double-edged sword because I make a lot of friends doing appearances and. I invite them in my life, so it's hard to charge people for 8x10s and stuff like that. But it's a business; we have to make money and pay bills, So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's like a live Instagram, and people are commenting. Last night's Whatnot live auction, I have a girl, Danny and her mom, Mrs. Ray. Came to the show. Wonderful people. She has VictoriaWeb.org. She has the longest reigning fan site of mine. She was 14 years old when I met her. Now she's a woman, but now she runs all my stuff because I can't keep up with everything. I'm not tech savvy at all. But she is like just a heart of gold. And she was like, "Hey, ODB's in the live chat on my Whatnot live auction. Do you want me to invite her in?" And I go, "What do you mean invite her in?" We got to do the split screen, like live Instagram, the live, when you do the live thing. She was on the show and we got to talk about old stories, and she has her book. I know this is supposed to be about me, but she has ODB. She has her first autobiography out of TNA. You can get that at odbmeetandgreet.com. The N, not N. But yeah, I'm having fun at it. It's just I get to be in my pajamas, and people are like, I feel like the Whatnot, the live auction. I don't get a cut for plugging them in, by the way. Okay, Scott, you're invited to my home, and you'll see my dog walk back and forth, and then my boyfriend David going to the kitchen getting a beer or chili or whatever's in the refrigerator. But you're invited in my home. It's not just being at a convention with a backdrop and a table. You're in my home, and anything can go awry. Yeah.
Say one thing that was a recurring question at the meet and greet that we did together at PWK was why you're not in the WWE Hall of Fame yet, and there are so many people, myself included, that feel you do deserve to be in. What are your thoughts on that? And, when they eventually do induct you, who would you like to have induct you?
That's going to be, I'm very flattered. It means so much, and I sound very corny when it comes from the fans. Why aren't you in the Hall of Fame? Why aren't you in the Hall of Fame? And I see all these petitions. I can't retweet the petitions because that's me going, "Hey, WWE, why am I not in the Hall of Fame?" I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I want to be entered in the Hall of Fame when they think I deserve it. And the fans let me know I deserve it. And it's not my choice. I don't call WWE and say, "I want to be in the Hall of Fame." You don't do that. You don't call, "I want to be in the Royal Rumble." You have to be invited. It's a sorority or a fraternity that you have to be invited, that kind of thing. But to be who inducts me, dude, Scott, I was going to say Steve, because I just got a text from Steve, my booker, but that's going to be a tough decision. But I have a few people in mind. I don't want just one person to induct me, because kindness pays a long way. Okay. I was always nice to the rookies, the indies that came in, and you'll always be nice because we've been there, being the rookie backstage, not knowing what to do. So they're uncomfortable already being the backstage. So being nice to everybody and not making enemies in the company. I made a lot of friends, and we still, my closest friends are my coworkers that I work with. I'm like an ODB. I'm her maid of honor, so like we've lived with each other on the road, 3 to 4 days a week, maybe 2 days a week, depending. But we spent more time with our coworkers, our opponents, and our wrestling friends, more so than our own family. So when people, like I was telling you, when kids with their families come up and say, "Oh, my kid wants to be a wrestler," and I go, be prepared not to see them ever. You are throwing them on the road 3 to 4 days a week, and it's not like your parents come backstage. Occasionally, yes, but not really. It's not like you put your kid in there, get in the WWE so I can meet Undertaker. That's not the case. You're there to work. Once you get in the building, you're there to work, and you don't want distractions. So would you bring your mom and dad to your 9 to 5 office job or your hospital job? No, this is a job. And of course, it's a fun job, and I loved it. And I'm very lucky to be a part of it. But I think parents don't realize that they're not going to see their child or niece or nephew or whatever like that, during December, the Christmas time, you're either going to go to Iraq and Thanksgiving we do have off, but there's no off season. It's not like football, baseball, or soccer. There's no off season. We are every weekend of the year. So be careful what you wish for. If I had a child, of course I'm proud of what I've done. I love, and I don't want to kill anybody's spirit, and always follow your dream. But if my kid came up to me and said, "I want to do what you do," and I'm like, "I'm not going to see you. Please don't. I'd rather you go to college and get a golf scholarship, and that way, the parents could go with you." And I'd be selfish in that aspect because I want to be with my kid. I want to be with my kid. You know what I mean? So, I come from a tight-knit family. And when they would say, "Oh, we're celebrating mom and dad's anniversary," I go, "I'm on the road. I can't." And you don't ask for time off. I think they can now. I think rules have changed in the WWE and AEW and TNA and stuff like that. You can ask for time off. Back in my day, if you want time off, you're asking to be out of a storyline, and the show must go on, right, Scotty?
And your spot very well could be given to somebody else.
And you can say, like, "I want some time off." You want some time off? We'll give you a couple months off. How do I get back in the storyline? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not shit talking the business at all. It's just this business it's not a 9 to 5. It's 24/7. Every aspect of your day. Like, I would never go skiing. When I got signed, skiing, no. Ride a motorcycle, no. Except in the ring, to the ring and back, that's it. But like stuff that are dangerous, roller skate, ride a bike on the street, no. Because what if I get hurt? I can't work. My body is my livelihood. And you were there for my seminar at PWK. I missed a lot. When I'm going to tell you, Scott, I talk too much. I warned you. That there was some things that I forgot to say at the seminar that that I had dreams. When I got home, I go, oh my God, I forgot to say this. And I couldn't sleep. And I was like, oh man, I should have pinpointed this. But they gave me a 45-minute seminar bracket. Can you teach wrestling and how to make it in 45 minutes? Absolutely not. So,
you probably couldn't do it in 4 to 5 hours if we're being honest. Like, there's a lot.
No, it's like I was in wrestling school for 3 years. I still don't know it all. I'm still learning. Every time I learn, every time I watch a match, I'm like, what is that? What's that move called? You're still green. Regardless how experienced you are, you're still green.
Well, let's say, speaking of learning, your first match, actually, I definitely want to talk about that with Trish. Well, not your first actual match, but at Survivor Series 2002, the hardcore match with Trish Stratus. If I recall correctly, that was the first ever women's hardcore match. Women had never really been given that opportunity to venture outside of just this regular match or bra and panties match. I was curious, what went into getting the hardcore match? Did you guys have to pitch for this, or did one of the
But our rival got so extreme and so personal that where do you go? We had every match you can have possible. What are we going to do? Hardcore match. Of course, that's not my favorite. I don't like to see blood. I don't like the weapons and all that kind of stuff, because that's when things can go awry. You cannot plan for hardcore matches. It's just a feel moment and stuff like that. I just did a questionnaire. Trish Stratus, you follow her on her website. I answered the top 5 questions from fans for her website, so check that out. And part of that was about the 2002 Survivor. Those are not my favorite matches. I know you got a ladder match, you got the hardcore match, you got a street fight, you got this, you got all these dangerous matches. I didn't ask for those, but they knew this was an honor, like a badge and honor, kind of, sort of. I would be like, oh no, I don't want to go to TV. What am I going to get? What match am I going to get? It's a badge and honor because they knew I could do it well and not complain and just give it my 110%. And it's not like you say, well, I don't like the storyline. Can I change it? No. It's like a movie. Like Tom Cruise. Well, I don't want to get hit in the face on this. This is the storyline. You think he has any rope to? Probably Tom Cruise does. But, it's not like no actor can rewrite a movie script. This is not a script. Not we call matches. Okay. It's not choreographed. This is the art of wrestling, is be able to be on the go, listening to the fans, reacting to the fans, and go like, okay, they're not biting. I need to turn it up. I'm cover your face because I'm going to go nuts. You know what I mean? And a lot of facial expressions. There's just a lot of art, which I didn't know. When I got in this industry, I thought I was a gymnastics, because I was a gymnast, like a cheerleading or dance routine where you memorize everything. No, it's not. It's not. You improv. You know what I mean? We know how we start. We know how we're going to end the match. We know the cutoff spot, and the best friends to have in the business, cable guys, camera guys, the lighting guys, the sound guys. Because I would say, hey, I might hit this move, my spinning sidewalk slam, with the spider web. Zoom in on my face. I'm going to tell a story right there. Zoom in close to my face, because your face is telling the story, the feeling, the emotions, and all that kind of stuff, Sorry, I keep on cutting you off. I'm just passionate about it.
Oh, no, you're good. I love it. Speaking of telling stories, over the course of your career, what would you say is your favorite story you have seen told in a ring? Not necessarily a match, but the actual psychology in the ring.
Okay, when I got in the business, I studied Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair. And there was do you remember this? It was Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, and Shawn Michaels goes,
yep.
I'm sorry, I love you, or something like that. That one moment you're just like, that's his idol. Ric Flair is your idol. You know, it's just those little, it doesn't have to be a move. It doesn't have to be a suicide dive. Like the wrestling today, it's not my generation, so I don't understand it so much. Vince Russo, we've had him on our show, and I feel what he's feeling. Like these people are doing such like amazing moves, amazing. Don't get me wrong, they're great athletes, but to tell a story, you don't have to do all that. Fly. It's that one tiny moment when you're like going, I feel your heart. And that's the art of wrestling, is capturing somebody else's emotion and also like relating to, you know, I wasn't relatable. I was a psycho, but you know, my baby face, you know, being the underdog or something like that, or ODB being, you know, born in the trailer, like, you know, the struggle is real. To have that like one connection with one of the characters, it's a milestone. 1,000 milestones. You know what I mean? It's the emotion. That's the part that's most important about wrestling, is capturing your heart going, you know what? I remember being bullied like that. You know what? Screw her. Oh my God. I go, kick her ass. You know, you want to get behind the baby face. Kick her ass, man. I was treated like that. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of art to get the fan emotionally invested in the character. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was the big bully. And I remember doing the anti-bullying campaign in WWE, and I'm like, I'm a bully. Wait, how am I going to do this? I'm a bully. Wait, oh my God, I guess I got natural heat. So, you know, but yeah, it's this business it's not learned overnight. It's not an acting class, and it's a lot of hard work to the grind, and you got to be willing to sacrifice everything you have for this business. Because when you're in the indies, like I said in that seminar, you're getting $20 for that show. Yes, and people were like, get pissed off about that. But when I tell the indie workers is take as many bookings as you can. Every crowd is different. You got to learn how to work the crowd to get them invested in you or against you, because every crowd, like if I go to New York, is not the same fans as California. You know what I mean? So you need to take every booking you can, every one you can, and that's going to take you away from your family, you know, but that's learning the art and sacrificing. Just like that song. Remember when one of the intro songs was like, My Sacrifice?
Yes.
That is so wrestling. Right?
Definitely. I mean, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
You mentioned the name Steve earlier, and it got me thinking about your time with Steven Richards in the early part of your career. I was curious, when you were paired with him, how much did you get to learn from Steven Richards, and do you think that was a pairing that you could have got some more mileage out of?
I think we should have had this longer storyline, I'll be honest with you. But he was so giving. And I told you, Scott, at the when I was at your booth, Heated Shenanigans podcast, you guys. Subscribe. And I was with, when I was with Stevie, he would see me about to puke. Like, you saw how nervous before doing the seminar. Like, there's a lot of pressure on you, because just because you're a veteran, I'm still human. I make mistakes. I don't know everything. I don't know. How do I get in the business? There you go. That's how you get in the business. How do I get called up? I don't know the answer, but I can give you some advice. But Stevie Richards would come over and he goes, you okay? Take a deep breath. You got it. You got this. You're amazing. You're amazing. And he would feed my ego and be there, like on the sidelines. I would look at him, and I knew his look is going. It built my confidence. And if without Stevie Richards, Victoria would be non-existent. Stevie Richards made Victoria. I'm telling you, It was so organic. Like there was one time I was only supposed to smell his side, but I ended up licking his face and biting his ear. And I just got into the music and I was like, okay, be psychotic. Okay. You know what I mean? And he came out, he goes, what was that? And I go, I'm so sorry. He goes, no, that was great. I go, we're so organic. We never went over anything. We just fed off each other, you know. Yeah. And people ask me if we were a real couple. No, not at all. We were like best friends, brother, sister kind of thing that were like, if we never actually pissed each other off, to be honest with you, ever. Always. Like,
I had the chance to speak with I had the chance to speak with Stevie years ago, and the mind he has for professional wrestling, it's incredible. He's always been such a good, and I do not mean this in a derogatory way, but he's been a very good enhancer to whomever he is with, be it you or Raven or in the BWO. He just got it from day one.
And there's no character. You can see him on God TV. We had him on our show. So he did talk about being my manager. I hate saying valet. That's so demeaning. But there's no little part in wrestling. You take the opportunity and you make it your own. And I can't understand why he's not a trainer at the WWE facilities, AEW. Like, I don't know why he's not part of the crew to teach the rookies or the newbies, whatever you call. Like, you know, even the old timers, you can still teach a new trick. You know what I mean? He is a genius. Body language, just everything he did was spot on. And like after my match, of course, Fit Finley was our agent, but I would ask Stevie, could I have done anything better? He goes, I think you should have held this moment a little longer, you know, because we're all rush, because us women usually got 6-minute matches. So we're like, oh, I got to get to this spot. I got to get to the, oh my God, we got to finish the match. You know what I mean? But every moment means something and it tells a story. So he is a genius. Him and Tommy Dreamer, man. Dreamer's like, yeah, amazing too. Regal. We used to get to the ring early. I'm just chatting, Scott. I'm probably not even answering your questions, but we used to get back in my generation. We got to the ring on house shows 3 hours early before we're supposed to be there, before check-in time. Ricky Steamboat, Arn Anderson, Finley, Steven Regal, Lance Storm, Tommy Dreamer. Geez, I know I'm forgetting somebody. All these amazing people are in the ring in gear. I mean, workout gear, not gear, the flashy ones.
Not ring gear.
To roll around in the ring. And us girls were like, can you teach me more? Teach me more. Please, sir. Can I have some more? Yeah, you know, but we were just so eager to learn, you know, and being a female in the business, you know, we want the respect from the men. So, you know, you feel that pressure of having to work harder, you know what I mean, to get that respect. But to work with the guys in the ring, like it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What time do you guys get in the ring? They would ask us girls, what time do you guys get into the ring? I think we're meeting at like 10. Oh, we don't have to be there until 1. We're going to be there at 10 because they're going to be there, you know, and teach us, you know, one little motion or one new move, you know, that kind of stuff, like, and work smooth, the hand motions, the leg work, like everything matters, you know what I mean? So I had a great group of people in my generation that they didn't look at us as girls. Oh, what are these green girls? Like, they were like, man, they're kicking ass. Let's go to they're getting there early. We should get there early too. You know? Yeah.
Let's say definitely women's wrestling.
Dave Taylor too was there. So yeah.
Yes. I would say definitely women's professional wrestling has just changed so much over the last 5 to 7 years. Do you have at all any regrets that you were not a part of this particular wave of women's wrestling?
I wish I was on Total. We had a Total Divas. I wish that I think the women are getting pushed a lot more now. Do I have any regrets? No. I'm very proud. I'm not bitter. I am so proud of the women today because, I'm sure May and Moolah were proud of our generation and, like the people that paved the way for us, Sherry Martel, Medusa, like all these, old school people paved the way for us. I'm sure they look at us like, oh, those are my grandkids. This is how I look at the kids now. When I went back to the Rumble, I was like, man, these kids, they're half my age. Oh my God. But I'm so proud because they exceeded and they kept on building the level of wrestling more and more and more. And there's not, they shouldn't say like, what's your favorite female match? No, what's your favorite match of the card? You know what I mean? We're all equal. And, it's just, I'm very proud. Do I have any regrets? No, I wish I was on Total Divas, but I think our Total Divas would have been a little bit more, I don't know. I think it would have been a little bit, not juicier. I'm not going to say juicier or better, but our generation was a little bit different and it would have been interesting. Remember like what was the reality show that we had when they all lived together? The Miz. MTV.
Real World?
Real World.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think us old school girls should either do a cruise and then like talk about our old times and, maybe, I don't know. I think there's a show there having old school girls talking about old times and stuff like that and like what shenanigans we got into and we weren't perfect and we were still learning the ropes and some of the fights not fights, not fist fights, but just arguments we got with each other. Yeah, ruffle, it's a group of females, a lot of estrogen.
I'm outnumbered at my house, so trust me, I know what that's like.
Yeah. You have a daughter.
Yes.
Yes.
9 going on 19, it feels like.
I feel sorry for you. I had 3-year-old brothers, so yeah. Oh my goodness.
So,
okay.
So you essentially have had 2 Hall of Fame careers if you stop and think about it. Your time in WWE and then your time in Impact Wrestling. Do you feel you accomplished more in one versus the other at all?
No. I had a great career in WWE, and I'm not going to shit on it. And I see a lot of tweets and stuff like that. Victoria was very underrated. I felt like I was appreciated. I'll be honest with you. I knew I was put in the ring with the newbies, the rookies like Barbie, Kelly, because they trusted me to get them over. Okay. And the only reason why I didn't have plans to go to TNA after WWE, and then I got reached out, and then I started watching. But I started watching when Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong, okay? And I was like, wow, those girls. I'm like, I haven't faced any of those girls there. So the only reason why I went there, I was like, wow, I'd like to experience them in the ring, and it was a huge pay cut. Huge pay cut. So I didn't go there for the money. I should have stayed in WWE, but if it was for the money. But I went there just for I just saw the wrestling and I was like, oh my God, these girls are like killing it, man. And when I went to TNA, the first match I had, I go, okay, what's my time limit? They're like, you don't have a time limit. And I go, okay, how do you want me to start the match? I'm like, what do you want me to finish? Am I doing a schmaz? Like, am I not having a finish so the storyline goes on? Like, no. Tara, that was my name. Tara, you go do what you do. We're not telling you what to do. But I was so confused because I needed a little bit of guide. Like, I needed a little bit more I want you to start hot. I want you like, okay, these girls been shitting on you. Like I needed a storyline. Where are we going from here? That way I know how to end the match. You know what I mean? But they gave me freedom, too much freedom at the beginning. Jim Cornette was there. And, man, he pulled me aside and he goes, oh, man, that guy is, I love that guy. I don't care what you guys say about Jim Cornette. Screw you. I love the man. He taught me. He would send us a VHS tape every night to all of us students in OVW to study it. And we come back and say, what'd you learn about the psychology? So that's gets you in the head. Like, you know, when he believes in you, he believes in you. You know what I mean? If you mess up, he'll let you know you mess up. But he speaks his mind, and I embrace him. But I made such great friends at TNA. Awesome friends. Like, you know, look at ODB. I'm our maid of honor. We became super tight. SoCal Val, God TV. Like, I think it was meant to be that you, like, I closed a chapter in WWE, opened one in TNA. And I was actually shocked when I got asked for the Rumble because I said, oh, maybe I won't be asked to the Rumble because I went to TNA. You know? So, you know, it's a business. And no one should hate any company. It's an opportunity to wrestle.
Let's say they definitely that quote unquote forbidden door got blown wide open when Mickie James was able to compete while being Impact Women's Champion, and that was huge. You're telling me when WCW was around, there's no way in hell that was going to happen. But now the game has changed, and opportunities that were not there before are now present. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. Never knew I would ever live to see this day. I'll be honest with you. You know? It's all like stories. It's all about like, oh, if you work for this company, you can't work for this company. And this is what I don't like about indies. Hey, you can't work for this guy if you're working with this guy. I go, but you are blocking me to get experience in the ring in front of a live crowd. I cannot learn with just one company. Let me spread my wings and fly. I'm a peacock, damn it. Let me fly. Do you know the movie? Scott, other guys? Okay, all right. Peacocks don't fly. They fly a little bit. But, you know, it's just, you got to let the independent wrestlers, you can't control them in the independent. You're paying them $20, $30. Like, let them experience in front of different territories. There's no territories, but like let them go to Indiana, let them go to New York, let them go to Jersey, let them go to California, let them go to Memphis. Like all these territories are different styles, and you're going to learn how to perform in each, you know, county, whatever you say, you know?
Oh, exactly. Last question before we wrap this up. I know you're a Star Wars fan.
Yes.
You definitely enjoy your Star Wars. If you had to cast a Star Wars movie with 3 WWE talents, who would you cast for what roles?
Say it again. Say it again because you cut off. You froze a little bit.
If you were casting a Star Wars movie and you had to pick 3 WWE talents, could be past or present, for 3 roles in a Star Wars film, who would you cast for what roles?
Oh, gosh. Regal. For Obi-Wan Kenobi, definitely. He's so wise. Holy shit. That's a hard one. Oh my God. Undertaker, Darth Vader.
Okay.
Wait. Am I good? Am I good so far? Me, I have to be a villain though. Princess Leia, I don't know. I don't think I'd be that, like, I don't think I would be convincing on the innocent role, like that kind of thing. I just play a good heel. But and if we're closing it out on Star Wars, Sasha Banks, when I saw her at the Rumble, I go, girl, I'm so jealous. I wanted that role so badly. And she goes, and someone said, Lisa, she has an action figure coming out. And I go, no, could you send one to me signed? I'm like, I'm a huge mark for that. Like, you know, I don't mark out very much. Like, this is why I like Comic-Cons more than WrestleCons or, you know, that kind of stuff, is because I'm a comic book geek. I like my Ninja Turtles. I like my Transformers. I like my Star Wars. I like my Squid Game. I like my Attack on Titan. I'm a nerd. I so much more mark out at Comic Cons. You would probably not have respect for me if you saw me at a Comic Con. Yeah.
Oh, it can't be that bad.
Because I'm always walking around going, "Oh my God, excuse me, can I take a picture with you?" Yeah, I'm the fan of everybody that does cosplay. Yeah. And this is why I don't go aisle by aisle by aisle, because I'm there to make money, not spend money. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, before we close this out,
wait, stop! Let me show you something. Yeah. Hold on. You guys, wait. Okay. Hold on. Am I staggered a little bit? No?
Oh, you're good.
Okay, so I'm a huge Mandalorian fan, right? And so,
oh yes,
Asylum Wrestling. I used to do their live auction, but then Whatnot came along. They made me this. That's my face superimposed.
That is amazing.
I thought it would sell off the shelves, but some people. I had this on my table in Vegas, right? So in Las Vegas, I had this on my table, and I saw someone typing on their phone. And I go, "Are you Googling to see if I was in the movie? I mean, on the series?" She goes, "Yeah," and I go, "No, I'm a huge fan." And someone superimposed my face on there, and yeah, and I said, "Oh, you got to make me prints of that." Doesn't sell, but I wanted it. So Sasha Banks, help a sister out. I'll be one of those ugly people with the freaking mask on. I don't care. Huge fan.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap this.
Is this more than what you signed up for, Scott?
You what? I think this has been
You're frozen. Great. You're frozen, Scott. Jiggle your mouse. Okay? Jiggle your mouse.
We got a little fuzzy there.
Wiggle your mouse.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Is this more than you signed up for?
Oh, no, this is great. This is perfect. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap this up here for another episode.
Oh, you're frozen. Jiggle your mouse.
I want to sincerely thank my guests, Victoria, Tara, Lisa Marie, Varon, however you want to refer to her
you're
as.
Frozen.
And definitely, guys, make sure to check out GAW TV on YouTube.
Scott, do it again. You're frozen. If I see
okay.
Does it still tape or no?
Oh, no, yeah, we're still good.
Okay, do it again. Hold the whole line again. Jiggle your mouse.
Oh. I'm jiggling the mouse.
And okay. Go ahead.
Are we good here? Okay. All right, guys, make sure to check out GAW TV on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. It's going to be the most informative and entertaining podcast that you find on YouTube, and I can promise you're going to be definitely entertained by everything you find on GAW TV.
Thank you, guys, and don't forget to subscribe, if I can talk. It's getting late. Subscribe to Heated Shenanigans Podcast. Do it now. You won't